I'm here with Luke, who had quite the adventure yesterday. His team, Keed BenQ, beating LGIM. Let's talk a little bit about the tournament, the Intel Extreme Masters Brazil tournament. Coming into the event, did you expect that your team would actually have a moment like this, beating a professional Korean team who's the favorite for the event?
We didn't think that. We actually expected to lose against LGIM and win against the other two teams in the group. But it was the complete opposite. Like, LGIM was completely the favorite. Like, we didn't even think we would get to have a chance against them. We would think we would just get stomped and have no chance and try to win the other two matches. But we were surprised. Like, we lost horribly against the other two teams and actually won against LGIM. And that was a big surprise for us.
So, talk me through the game. It started off, at some point I was sitting in the audience, they were cheering loudly for you guys, but it was 10-2 in their favor in kills, and I think 2-0 in turrets as well, or 4-0 in turrets. And then suddenly something happened. Talk me through it.
Okay, so we were losing horribly, and we were like, we weren't like beaten down, we weren't sad or anything, we were still together as a team. We were still confident that we could pull through that disadvantage. And then Varus went bottom lane to push, and all the other 4 members of LGIM invaded our jungle near our second turret in middle lane. And we saw that as like the perfect opportunity to team fight and win. So we team fought on a very close spot. There was just like a corridor, very narrow, and Xin Zhao separated Nocturne and Kha'Zix from Lulu and the other member, Elise, and we could just kill Nocturne and Kha'Zix before Lulu and Elise could help them. So we had the perfect team fight. We separated them, we focused the right targets. It was perfect. And then the crowd just went nuts. They completely, like, it was so loud we couldn't speak to each other, and that gave us a huge moral boost. Huge. We were like just yelling at each other, we can win this, we can win this, we can win this, cursing at each other, like crazy. That moment was completely crazy. And that made us like just go on and get the victory. Just get the objectives, steal the 2 Barons, which were clutch, and win team fights over and over and over. That was the moment. That 4-0 team fight. So
the question here is, when did you begin actually believing that this could happen?
After the Baron steal. Because like, even when we were actually winning team fights, we were still behind in gold. Only like in the last moment of the game, we were actually winning in gold. So strategically, we were still losing, but emotionally, we were winning. Like, we had the upper hand there. Like, I don't think the Koreans got too afraid of the crowd, but they had to feel some pressure. Like, the crowd was yelling way too loud. And then, like, after the Baron steal, where Xin Zhao stole it from LGIM, we were just like, wow, this is actually happening. And then everything just started to work. Like, even after the 4-0 team fight, we still would lose team fights. So just after the Baron, we had the buff, we had like that extra gold from Baron. We actually thought, yeah, we can win this. This is our game. This is our chance to make our name, to make history, and to put the Brazilian scene in the spotlight.
So you celebrated along with the entire Brazilian crowd like it's the World Cup final. Was it, in your lifetime, the best moment you've ever had?
Yes, by far. No, I can't even explain the feeling. I cried, like, it was just ridiculous, completely ridiculous. Like, when we started attacking the Nexus, I just like took my headphones and just smashed them in the table, and then just went to hug my teammates, and we were just like yelling and so happy. By far the best moment of my life, by far.
So the question is, was it maybe too much of a mood swing, you know, too much adrenaline, too much emotion boiling in your heads after this game? What happened in the next game? You could have been in the playoffs if you took the next game.
So emotionally wise, yeah, we were way too confident going into that match. I think that was a little bit of a problem. We had, like, after the game ended, there was so much cheering. We had to spend like 20 minutes just straight up doing interviews, talking to fans, taking pictures, instead of preparing to the next match, which we should have been doing. And strategically wise, we didn't practice at all against 2v1 lanes. Like, we had, coming into this tournament, we had no experience against 2v1 lanes. And so we went, even when we fought against, when we played against Inside, which was the other Brazilian team, they 2v1 us, and we only lost because of that. Like, we actually came to São Paulo 3 days earlier and practiced, and we only practiced against one team and only one strategy. And that was the strategy we used against LGIM. And so that gave us an advantage against LGIM, but a disadvantage against Inside and Nexus. And so it was basically both. Emotionally wise, we were way too confident, and strategically wise, we didn't have any experience against 2v1 lanes, especially because Brazilians don't usually do that. It's like, mostly on Brazil, it's 2v2, 1v1, 1v1, jungle, jungle. The junglers try to gank, they try to farm, and that's it. You don't have that much mental games of 2v1 lanes in Brazil, and so that completely took us off guard.
What are the lessons that you took from this event? What did you learn? Do you feel like you're a better player after this event?
Yes, a better player, a better team, a better person. We got a lot of respect from other people in this tournament. We respected a lot of people in this tournament, and we actually got confident. Like, we came into this tournament thinking, hey, we're going to beat the Brazilians, we might get into the semifinals, we're not going to win. Like, it's very unlikely that we win against a Korean team. Very unlikely, because we actually watch them a lot, and we see that they do some crazy stuff that we can never ever think about doing. So we actually came here and won against the Korean teams, and so that put us into our minds that, hey, we're not bad. We're actually good against them. We can beat them. We just need that tiny little bit of practice against other strategies and maybe some more offline experience and more cohesion as a team, like maybe a better way to deal with just calls in the game, like just one person doing or more person doing. We are not really sure what to do. Like, maybe sometimes I'm the one who calls it, sometimes it's Mylon, sometimes it's our mid laners knows. So we're actually just experiencing a lot of different things in this tournament. We experienced a lot. So that made us a better persons, better players, and a better team, for sure. And we actually got a lot of contact. Like, we tried to show us a lot to these other teams. We talked to them, we went and offered help. We were just trying to show us. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Final words. What will you remember from Campus Party 2013 in Sao Paulo, and what do you have to say to the fans that helped you win the game?
Okay, so I'm gonna remember a lot. That I can't even say it all, but just meeting people, not only from League of Legends, but I know a lot of people from StarCraft. I follow the StarCraft scene, so I met Grubby and White Ra, and I talked to them. Meeting people, talking to them, meeting Carmack, meeting Freak, Rivington, all these people, and meeting the fans. Like, that was huge. I didn't, like, the amount of pictures I took with fans was just crazy. Like, they all came to us, and that put us, like, that made us so happy. We thanked them a lot. Like, thanks to our fans a lot, because you guys helped us so much. And your messages, like yesterday after we won, maybe, like, we lost in the group stage, but there were so many good messages that we weren't even sad. Like, we were actually happy after yesterday, even when we didn't pass group stage. And of course, thank our sponsors, KD Team and SBG. which helped us get here and just practice and get to here. So thank you, and all the other guys that I always forget.